Ladies and gentlemen, we interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to bring you this special bulletin. The Visa and Mastercard and Steam and video game and collective slag group, all the information, the situation is getting further and further down this little rabbit hole of ridiculousness because while collective shout sitting around going on their little campaign to remove fictional games, fictional media that they deem as oh, well, they say you can't play a fiction. It, I don't know what the description is. What is it? Oh, it deals with particularly heinous acts against members of the opposite sex, I guess you could say. Except last time I checked, that's not necessarily illegal. It's fiction. Now, real life stuff, yeah, you want to go after that? We got to put an end to that, but you're going to go after movies that depict that? You're going to go after books? Of course they are. It doesn't stop at video games. It's just one step in puritanical control over society. And apparently that seems to be, at least to me, what these slags actually want to do. And well, most recently they got after Visa and MasterCard to go get to Steam and itch.io to take down a few things. And well, Visa and MasterCard apparently have responded. And oh boy, even more stuff came out. They just directly denied involvement in gaming censorship, as this article from That Park Place says, amid mass backlash. Oh, say it isn't so. You go after video games. You go after gamers and their content. And, well, we like to, what is it called? The slippery slope? Sure. You want to go after actual illegal content? Sure. But it's not illegal. It's fiction. It's make-believe. It doesn't actually exist. No one's actually being harmed in the creation of this, well, it is technically entertainment, whether you like it or not. And MasterCard, well, they responded. They responded over here on X, on Twitter. And let's read it out because, it gets a little fun because, well, I'll let you decide. Clarifying recent headlines in gaming content, MasterCard has not evaluated any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creators' sites and platforms. Liar. Contrary to media reports and allegations, so contrary to what has been told by the platforms. And by the collective slags themselves, who stated they reached out to the payment processors to do something about it. Anyway, back to this. Our payment network follows standards based on the rule of law until you just kind of push that little envelope to get your way. Put simply, we allow all lawful purchases on our network. At the same time, we require merchants to have appropriate controls to ensure MasterCard cards cannot be used for unlawful purchases. How about you just let people use their money the way they wish to and let the actual authorities deal with it? You collect money and you charge people exorbitant interest rates on all this stuff. Oh, let the authorities decide. Let people report it to the proper authorities instead of payment processors like you. Cannot be used for unlawful purchases, including illegal adult content. Again, it's fiction. Well, they immediately got community noted. Both Steam and Itch have stated their removal of adult content came from pressure by payment processors, including MasterCard. Furthermore, MasterCard and other payment processors have documented history of refusing services to Japanese retailers over legal adult content. This is the attack on manga and anime that has been ongoing, but that's not what I'm here to talk about. You go so far, you bold-faced lie when, again, collective shout has come out and stated quite clearly, that I talked about in my last video, that they went after MasterCard because Steam was, rightfully so, ignoring them. Well, even further, That Park Place has another lovely little article, link in the description down below. Valve's rebuttal. So you're calling Valve a liar, MasterCard? No, I think based on your history, MasterCard, we're going to call you the bold-faced liar. Valve spokesman asserted, quote, MasterCard did not communicate with Valve directly despite our request to do so. MasterCard communicated with payment processors and they're requiring banks. Payment processors communicated this with Valve and we've replied by outlining Steam's policy since 2018 of attempting to distribute games that are legal for distribution. Payment processors rejected this, and specifically cited Mastercard's Rule 5.12.7 and the risk to the Mastercard brand. Now, what is that 5.12? Oh, let's look at it right here because that Park Place does much of the heavy lifting for us. Rule 5.127, outlined in Mastercard's official rules, prohibits transactions that are illegal. Illegal. These are video games. It's fiction. No one is harmed in the making, well, maybe the developers were with Crunch. No one was harmed in these video games because it's a bunch of digital ones and zeros that look pretty or disgusting on the screen for you. Let the market decide. Let the people buy what they want. As long as no actual living, breathing individual, person, male, female, whatever, animal, vegetable, or mineral even, was harmed in the creation of the video game. Again, you're going to target books next because it's the same idea. You're going to target movies and TV shows that cover these types of subjects because they're out there and people enjoy them. They're interesting. Or maybe they're just got this weird little fetish that they want to fulfill. I do not judge. But they're not illegal. I skipped. May damage the goodwill of the corporation. You're damaging the goodwill of on your own. Or reflect negatively on the marks. Who cares what it reflects negatively on? Let people buy what they want to buy as long as no one's getting hurt. It specifically calls out sales of products and services that are, quote, patently offensive. I'm sorry. Who are you to be the arbiter of what is offensive or not? Lacks serious artistic value. Again, who are you to be the judge? Because I've seen some artwork out there that just looks asinine, to say the least. A banana taped to a wall was considered art. But I find that patently offensive and lacks all artistic value. But hey, I'm not calling it for it to be taken down, am I? No one is. To each their own. You spend your money on what you want to. No one's getting harmed. But hey, it's all about control, ladies and gentlemen. Providing examples such as images of non-consensual behavior. But it's fiction. Are you going to go after the movies, TV shows, and literature, the books? No, you're not, because you know you'd lose hands down. Violations can lead to fines, audit, and termination of services. But no, where is it? They're not evaluating any game or required restrictions of any activity on game creator sites and platforms. No, heavens, no, heaven forbid. They would never do such a thing. Where are we at? Valve's 2018 policy referenced in their response marked a shift towards allowing, quote, everything on Steam except content that is illegal. So they already have a policy in place to keep illegal pieces of work or straight up trolling, if only, get the asset flips gone, off their libraries, off their platform, off their marketplace. They already have a policy in place. So why would you do this? Why would you continue to go after it? Because the collective slags think they should be the arbiters of what is good and moral and just, and heaven forbid you go against them, aiming to distribute games legal in the jurisdiction. The company argues that the removed games fell within legal bounds, but the invocation of Rule 5.12.7 suggests Mastercard views certain content as a brand risk. Everything they're doing right now is a brand risk. And I believe, I don't think I have the article up. Gamers are, I guess you could say, going after them. They're making phone calls, sending emails, and making phone calls again, and sending emails again, and clogging up the lines, and voicing their displeasure over what Visa and Mastercard are doing. And no one's getting hurt. You're not doing anything illegal. You're voicing your displeasure to the banks, to the payment processors, to Visa and Mastercard themselves. And you keep doing it until you are heard, until you are listened to, until something is done about the overreach of these individuals. Now, don't be rude, of course. Don't be rude to the people answering the phones. Ask to speak to the higher-ups until, until something can be done. How long is this going to go on? I don't know, but this is not necessarily my first rodeo. I'm 51 years old. I've seen it, been there, done that, got the t-shirt, and 9 times out of 10, go look at the PMRC in the 1980s when it came to music, or the lovely little Satanic Panic when it came to D&D gaming and role-playing. They even made a movie on that one. I don't think they're going to make a movie on this one. Your voice will be heard. Don't stand silent. Say what you need to say. Content creators are making videos. Keep making videos every single day if you have to. Until it's not a matter of getting our way. It's getting these people to back off and stop trying to push their own moral superiority, grandstanding onto everyone around them simply because they don't like the piece of fiction that is being put out there. Keep pushing back. Keep sending those emails. Keep making those phone calls. And we'll keep up with it because censorship is, well, any and all censorship is no good. Because they don't stop at one thing. They never stop at one thing. They get the dopamine hit when they get that little win. Places like this, collective shout, collective slags, collective dried up, old, broken, beaten down, nobody wants to look at you sideways, hags, said what I said. You're going after fiction. Gamers don't like that. I bet you didn't go after, what is it, 50 Shades of Grey and that nonsense? Of course not. It was a top seller because of, well, people like you. But hey, that's all I'm going to talk about it for this video. I'm sure we'll be talking more about it, but let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Leave a like, leave a dislike, do all those nifty little things that YouTube is begging you to do, and I do truly hope to see you on the next one.